Well, the 2021 NAB AFL mid-season rookie draft is over. Let's take a moment now to recap all the big moments from tonight's draft. And of course, the number one pick, North Melbourne, chose ruckman Jacob Edwards with this year's number one pick. Fantastic news for him. Hawthorn, they shaped the draft after taking Box Hill midfielder Jai Newcomb, and then the flow-on effect there, Collingwood taking Ash Johnson, who, Mitch, you absolutely are raving about.
Jacob Edwards is the standout player from the mid-season pool and a great selection for North Melbourne. The obvious choice, but the best choice. And a 202cm key forward ruckman who will play long-term and spearhead their forward line, Mitch. So a great call there. The next pick was a fascinating one.
We're all waiting to see whether they went with Jai Newcomb, who's the player who's nominated terms on a 3-year deal, or Ned Moyle. They went with the ready-made midfielder, which allowed Ned Moyle to sneak through to pick 5. And Ash Johnson at pick 3 comes in and could play a role for Collingwood's forward line straight up. He's a high-marking forward from Sturt, the half-brother of Crow Shane McAdam from Halls Creek, becomes the 6th player from that town on an AFL list.
It was the land of the Giants, wasn't it, in the first round? Edwards, we see Moyle, we see Alexander Murkov, a ruckman for the Blues, Max Heath, a ruckman for St Kilda to let develop in their group, with his Lockie McAndrew at the Swans, another ruckman, Caelan Lane for the Lions, a developing big man, Aidan Begg can play in the ruck. So this is a group that clearly the clubs have said, OK, let's restock our rucks and bank these guys and make sure that by the end of the season they're out of the national draft. What I really liked as well is some of the opportunities given to players overlooked in recent drafts. So Sam Durham with the Bombers, who clearly has been playing some good footy for Richmond's VFL side. And then the Tigers, well, they snuck up and grabbed a player who is out of the AFL system, but now back in it.
25-year-old Matt Parker played 17 games for the Saints in 2019, was delisted at Moorabbin last year. It feels like Marlon Pickett 2.0 playing for the same club at South Fremantle right now, been lighting it up in the waffle, kicking goals. He could be a Richmond premiership player just like Marlon Pickett in a few months.
St Kilda came into tonight with 4 selections. They opted to only take the 2 in the end. Who is the big winner? Can you name a club? I know they're all winners on draft night, that's clear. But is there one club in particular that you think has done particularly well?
I love what Gold Coast done with Ned Moyle, because they were sweating on Hawthorn at pick 2. We know they need a ruckman. Cal's reported they've looked at Callum Coleman-Jones as a future trade option. Well, Ned Moyle comes in as that pure ruckman who can come in. Cal even likened him to that Max Gawn, that player who can cover the ground pretty well at underage footy. Now he gets the chance at an AFL club. He's done it at VFL level for the Collingwood reserves. The Suns get a ruckman when they were weighing up a few others, and he's probably the best ruck option in the draft, pure ruck.
I like what West Coast did, purely for the fact that it shows what the mid-season draft can do. You can make list adjustments on the run and as you go, and you deal with the circumstances that are presented for you. They've been hit by injury to their midfield in particular. So they're bringing Connor West, who's a mature age midfielder out of the Waffle system, who's averaged 27 touches this season. He's ready to play. And then they bring in Will Collins as well, who trained with the club over the pre-season. Impressed. There was no spot at that point. They've opened up a position. He comes in. He can play straight away as well across their half-back line. So I like the fact that what the Eagles have done shows why the mid-season draft's been a great inclusion over the list and free agency and trade and draft landscape and player movement landscape over the past couple of seasons, because it allows more flexibility, and we love the flexibility of it.